Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and I'm here with another weekly challenge from Pam at the Paper Outpost. And this week's challenge is to make a useful bookmark. And so what I've got is just a page from a floral book that I've got. And what you want to do is, and I apologize, I'd already folded this piece of paper. You want to do a gate fold. So you fold your two ends in, and then you fold everything in the center. Now, don't do like I did. I butted my two edges right up against each other. You will want to leave a little bit of a gutter, so that you don't end up with your page folded like I did. So let me get that refolded. And I have a bone folder. Okay. Is that going to be better, or is it still not enough? Well, of course, now it's folded. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my paper trimmer, which I need anyway. And we're going to take just a little bit off to help that fold in. I'm going to apologize right up front. I'm feeling really kind of blocked today. Creatively blocked. Okay. Well, that was a bigger gutter than I needed, but it will work. Okay. So this is what you've got. You've got your gatefold here, and then you've got it folded in. And trying to think. Okay, so the other thing I want to do is pull my paper trimmer out again. I want to trim this a bit. My paper was 8.5, right at 8.5 by 11, and 8.5 is going to be a little too long for any journals I have. Plus, I have this rough edge. So we'll trim some here. And I think I'll trim mine down to about 7.25. Okay. Now, the idea is that this back part actually becomes your bookmark. So we're going to take this flap and glue it down. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. You can use any glue you want. I think I've mentioned in other videos, I use my art glitter glue when I'm filming because it grabs and dries very quickly. Sometimes I use other slower drying glues when I'm not filming. Okay, so we're going to let that sit and dry for a moment. So this part becomes your actual bookmark. This will be some writing space, which is what makes your bookmark a useful bookmark. So, okay, I'm okay with this and this. I kind of like it's not really a sepia color, but almost a sepia color kind of background with a little bit of a yellow flower. So that I'm okay with. This and this, I'm going to want colored or covered, I'm sorry. And because it had a yellow flower on it, I was automatically drawn to yellow, so I may do something like that. We'll see. So I pulled out a piece of scrapbook paper. It has some yellow in it, but it also has the darker brownish, almost sepia tones that I thought would blend well with that. So, I think I've got paper everywhere that I want it. So now I want I'm going to round the corners. And even if I'm not super happy with the way this one comes out, I can always, if I don't feel like I can use it as a piece of ephemera, I can always put it in my idea journal to save for another time. Let me ink this a little bit. So I can do. Don't know what I want to do with that. That is my biggest problem. Okay, so now what I'm going to do while I'm still stalling is I'm going to get my 1-inch hole punch. Okay, remember, this is the bookmark part. So I'm going to be putting a tassel type thing at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on the top of these 2 pages, go about halfway in, so I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy. Boy, I didn't get that centered at all. That I'm not worried about. That, I just don't know what I want to do with it. And obviously I'm not convinced that I want that yellow flower there. Okay, so I'm going to move on to something else for a second. The other thing, part of the challenge was to incorporate an inchie. And I had cut out, I don't think that's 1 inch. I had, on my Scan and Cut, I had cut out some, yeah, that one's bigger, some postage stamp sized things, and these are 1 inch. So I think I'll use that. And I've got over here some floral pages that have there's the yellow, that have these little stamp size pictures. I think they're still going to be a little big. And then I've got this template that I had made, just cut out of a piece of chipboard. I've got 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 by 2, and 1 by 1 1/2. And I love this because I can go in and say, okay, I can see how things look so that I can kind of gauge what I want to do. I think we'll use that one. And then okay, and I'm going to trim that down just a hair shade more. Just to have a little more of the stamped show. That's a little better. Okay. So I'm going to glue this on. So I'm curious to know what you're up to. Have you watched any good movies lately? Have you been like me and binge watching all sorts of YouTube videos? I'm going to ink that up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab one of my smaller paper clips and another one of my stamp forms. Because I'm going to want a paper clip to help hold this closed when it's in a journal. So actually, I think before I do that, I'll go ahead and ink this a little bit. I'm telling you, I'm just not on my game today. And I apologize for that. Okay. Now on this, I'm actually going to use a little Fabri-Tac. My art glitter glue would work just fine, but this will... I don't know why, but on the paper clips, I prefer using either Fabri-Tac or my hot glue gun, and I don't have my hot glue gun heated up. So we're going to squish this for a minute. All right, so what am I going to do now? I think while that's drying for a minute, I am just going to I don't want anything under. I guess I'll just have to put something over it if... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and glue part of this down. I'm not gluing the whole thing in case I want something to go behind part of it or something like that, but we're going to commit to that much. Alright, let's see what we've got here. These are just some words that I had printed out on some coffee dyed paper. Tear that. Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm back, and I think this, I'm going to do something like this. First, though, I'm going to go around and cut away. This is a Shabby Dabby Doodah label, and I'm going to cut, roughly fussy cut around this. What? Okay. And I discovered this is the last little bit of coffee dyed doily that I have. So I know what I will be doing this afternoon, because I need my coffee dyed doilies. Okay. So let's put this down. So I'm going to come in to my bookmark. Punch a hole. And now I've got all of this embroidery thread. So I think we'll just use, oh, not that piece. We'll just use some of this. I'm gonna wrap, oh, not that piece. Not that piece. Let's find a nice, do I have any long pieces? I may not. What in the world? I bet I don't have any. It's about the same color, but not quite. I really want this color. All right. With that, you just need to use a few pieces. This embroidery thread I had picked up at an estate sale, and So apparently, the person that it belonged to had pre-cut several of these pieces. All right, we're going to call that good. I'm going to twist that a little bit. Oh, sorry, that was my computer notifying me of something. Punch. All right. Try this again. Okay, so I'm going to try to feed it through there. Feed them all through so that I can... There we go. Now I got to find the center. Yep, I think that's the center. Tighten those up a bit. Move this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. And so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying, I don't know if you can see, but I've got this one guy that's a little looser than the rest, so I'm trying to find him so I can tighten him up. And to keep everything from moving, I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it right underneath. Just to help keep those threads from moving. And we're gonna lop those off. Probably could have left them a little longer, but that's okay. The other thing that occurred to me is I forgot to, before I put it on the paper clip, I forgot to postmark my stamp. And I don't think I want to try to do that while it's already on the paper clip. So, there we go. Now I've got my little useful bookmark. So that can slide right into a journal. Open it up. You've got writing space and your bookmark. So, and I need a little more glue there. So that is my take on this weekly challenge. I really do like this idea, so I probably will revisit this again, maybe when my creative brain is flowing a little better. But, like I said, at the very least, I've got one made, so it can go into my idea book so that I don't forget about it as soon as I've seen the video. Anyway, that's it for now. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Happy crafting. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.